What's up, guys? It's Aiden here, back with another stock recap. I missed yesterday, so I'm going to recap what my trades were yesterday and today. So let's get right into it. So here's the charts. This is TQ. This is the only, this is mainly what I trade. So I massive uptrend today. The markets were very, very bullish. No real signs of it pulling back at all today. I mean, obviously, except for towards the end here at 12:50. That's when the imbalances came out and probably just helped the market pull back a little bit. But Nvidia was rolling. Trump today was in Saudi, announced some deals with them. Bringing 600 billion in investments to the U.S. He and Nvidia, I think it was Nvidia. Who else? Was it? Can't remember. I think it was Nvidia, maybe Microsoft or Meta. They partnered with a Saudi AI company, giving them chips and stuff like that. Boosting all of these, the chip names. So Nvidia was up huge today. That's really what held the market up today. Nvidia was a huge gainer today, but I was looking, and I missed this initial uptrend. I didn't want to buy in up here. I mean, when you're looking at it, when it's just rocketing up like that, you don't want to buy up into a trend like that. Personally, that's not how. That's not what fits my trade plan. So I waited for there to be any signs of resistance. I saw this massive volume spike right here, indicating a strong liquidity grab on this candle right here. See, large candle, massive volume spike. Usually means there's a bunch of people selling off that massive grab, locking in profits, or some people obviously shorting, buying a bunch of short shares right there. So I got in right there. As it dropped, I could have gone in with a lot more size. I only went in with 100 shares, which super light position, about $7,000, super light position. So I didn't want, because it was such a bullish day, I didn't want to go in too heavy and get caught. Even though I had a super tight stop, it would have been, I didn't want to risk anything. So I went in super light, only 100 shares. Normally I'm going in with 400 shares, 400 shares. So but it's a little scalp, 2-3 minute candles, do 2 or 3 minutes right here. I got in and got right out, and then it kind of consolidated. After there's these big volume spikes, it likes to consolidate a little bit usually, but then obviously we bounced off the EMA here, and it was really no stopping from there, and it just continued up until obviously this last little bit, and it just consolidated up there at the top. And by that point it was just so overbought, and I just didn't want to touch it. So I also, another indicator I looked at before buying in here was RSI. Look how massively overbought this RSI was. It was up at 80, 85, 84, almost 85 on the RSI, way past the 70, which is the indicator for overbought. So just multiple factors there. I've been experimenting here with this new indicator. It's called VP. I forget what it stands for. Let's see. It stands for volume something. I've been looking it up. I don't remember exactly what it stands for. Volume profile. That's what it stands for. Um, shows you where there's volume and how much volume is at each level, which is really good to see. It shows there's not a lot of volume up here at the top, indicating that is kind of the top at the moment. It's not gonna, you know, there's not enough volume. There's more volume going down, but it doesn't tell you whether they're short shares or long shares. So you still gotta be careful and kind of you could probably go base off RSI a little bit. Go from use that as an indicator as to what shares might be longer, more long term or short term shares. So based on how overbought the stock is. So I had this was my only trade today. Not a huge trade at all. But you know, quarter percent, yeah, tiny trade, but it's something. Just trying to stay consistent here, and then I had this one little trade yesterday. Well, actually, I had two trades yesterday. It's not mapped on here anymore. I kept setting it up, but it kept disappearing. But this one was a loss. I think I grabbed in. I think it was right here. Yeah. So I found the bottom. I tried shorting right here. Or no, I thought I tried going long. I did. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is where it was. I'll chart it actually right now. I bought in. I remember it was at 660. It was at 64. Okay, 65. Whatever. So I had it, and then I was going to try and hold up to the moving average up here, and then it was right there. I didn't want it to go below that. But then I had it long. We were looking good. We were up quite a bit, and then obviously huge tank. Unfortunate. I didn't want. I think I was a little bit higher. 66. Yeah, something like this. Actually, yeah, I was in on this candle. So got in, tight stop. I didn't want to lose too much. I ended up only losing like $11 on this trade. So very good risk management. Obviously for a big return, this is a 6.5 to 1, almost 7, almost a 7-to-1 trade. Would have been huge. 1%, just over 1%, 1.13%. But obviously we broke below, and with how strong these candles all were yesterday, the big candles, I didn't really want to mess with it too much. So I took a small loss here. It was only like an $11 loss, super small loss. But then I had this trade right here. Went in with a lot of size. I saw these two massive volume spikes in these two candles. Waited for there to be a little bit of selling pressure based on the RSI. I mean, look how overbought RSI it was yesterday. Look at that, 89 nearly. So hit 89 on the RSI, so I knew it was really overbought. I saw this one slight candle right here. I mean, actually, I think it was. I mean, we gotta chart this correctly. What are we doing? Something like that. Yeah, it was. We were in at 90. Yeah, 94, I think. Yeah, 94, and we ended up getting out here at 85. Yeah, I remember 9 cents a share. Not huge, but with size, I ended up making some good money. I ended up, I think, going in with like my full 400 or 500 share position. Yeah. So, with full size there, I went in and made the loss back and then some. So, good loss or good trading. Good couple of trades yesterday. Learned on this one. This one was really unfortunate because I had it. Obviously I had the correct overall direction. I was just in too early, and I didn't want to stomach all this and I ended up missing this nice massive uptrend here, which was a huge uptrend, but it is what it is. Can't get too greedy, but had a couple of solid positions, keeping the losses small. And I'm just in this market. This scalping is just really all that's working for me. I try, and every time I try and do a hold for a little bit longer of a position, never ends up working out the same. And it's, unfortunate, but that's just how my strategy is right now in this market. And all I can do is manage my risk, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job at doing that right now. So yeah, I think I'm excited for tomorrow. Should be interesting, especially after CPI today. We saw this big spike. Obviously, it helped with all the Trump news and other stuff. Let's look at what's on the calendar for tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday. So just some mortgage applications. The Fed, Governor Jefferson speak at 9:10. Not really much tomorrow. Not really that much tomorrow. So PPI though is on Thursday. That's and normally it's CPI and then PPI next day. I wonder why they normally CPI is on a Wednesday, and PPI is always on Thursday. That's interesting. Am I wrong? I believe that's normally what happens. But anyways, yeah. So not too much going on in the market tomorrow. CPI came in a little bit worse than expected, obviously. But we had the massive rally, and it's still overall it's coming down. We didn't miss it by too much. So yeah, it's so far very good look for the market these last 2 weeks. I wish I was still holding my Caterpillar position, but I did end up selling that at 324, almost 325, unfortunately. But I was playing it safe. Yeah, I swear I think I sold here at the 24s high a day, 24.80, something like that. But I mean, obviously after I sell, it means it has to rip up, right? But I mean, the whole market's been ripping up, so you can't go off that. But yeah, so good look on the overall market right now. And so we're just gonna keep clicking along, and yeah, go from there. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and excited to see what happens tomorrow, and I'll make a video tomorrow updating you on my trades. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow.